Fullbacks are becoming increasingly important into the modern game, and on Football Manager that's no different. Wingbacks on this occasion we are looking at today all have a potential of around 170, 2 being a max of 170 range, 1 being fixed at 168. Then the fact that he's managed to do that is incredible. Before we take a look at any of these players, the link to my channel is down in the description. Should you wish to come across, take a watch and see what I kind of do on my channel. I'd love to have you, to be honest. And the first player that we are looking at today is Liberato Cacace. Probably got that wrong. Anyway, he is a New Zealand international player that you can find playing in the Belgian league. Now, first impressions are that he is quite a decent player for 19. Nothing well beaten, but still we've got some great attributes on the physical side of things to complement mentals and technicals, which could be worked on. A lot of really good player traits, and I can tell you this player is one of them that has the potential range of up to 170. Being that this is probably the most expensive player on today's list, you can pick him up for roughly around 13.25 million, as well as giving him some extras for playing 10 games. Now, in the simulation that we ran with Cacace not so long ago on my channel, he just obliterated all kind of assist records that I have ever seen through a Wonderkid spotlight. Highest average rating and the most assists, with Erling Haaland just probably loving this guy, just giving the ball to him all the time. With PSG, we can see he looks fantastic when he is set to his maximum of 170. Let's start off in the physical department here, because there's only one which isn't a green of jumping reach of 14. That's still high. The rest of him though, so many good 17s and 16s, which gives this attacking fullback what he really needs, bombing up and down the pitch and having the stamina and natural fitness to get back and help the rest of his team. In the mental department, he has what we require. Good concentration, he is a good decision maker. Defensively, he can position himself to where he needs to be, not to mention he can pick out a pass, he has good vision with that 15 passing, and work rate, teamwork. All these kind of things amalgamating into what makes a really good team player. Technically though, is where we fully round this player off, because we have great marking. We've already alluded to that 15 passing. He has decent tackling of 14. He can still head the ball at 10, but as a wing back, that's not actually necessary. Going forward, fantastic technique to complement a good fast touch of 15, crossing of 14. That's where he's getting all his assists from. High passing, high crossing, and he can bomb up and down the pitch with his 13 dribbling. Now, at the age of 27, in this simulation, a wing back valued at £79 million is one of the highest that I have ever seen, and you're definitely getting your money back if you did spend £13 million on him. If we take a look at what he has done throughout his career, we sent him to Ajax to begin with, and he had a fantastic time in the Netherlands, 21 assists in his final year. But when we moved him to Paris Saint-Germain and to France, this is where he just broke all kind of records and just decided to just go on an absolute rampage. 26 assists in his first season in France. The last season was 25 assists with an average rating of 7.95, which we've seen already. That's bonkers. And in total, of course, we've seen already 41 assists in 58 games. The fact that he is getting that, and we'll take a look at the tactic we're using him in, it's just a standard tactic that we have been using as a wing back on attack. It's nothing special. We're not focusing the play and he's the only man down that left hand side. He's just somehow managed to do that amount of numbers and that amount of assists. It's incredible. The second player on this list is actually a right back, and to be honest, he can also play really good as a centre midfielder too, but we're focusing on what he can do at a full back role, and it is Gabriel Menino. Now, a lot of people have been mentioning this guy in the past about his midfield and fullback prowess. Playing in the Brazilian league, 19 years of age now, is kind of the most well-rounded player you can see at the start. He has a potential range of up to 168. I believe it's kind of a fixed attribute as well. It's a fixed potential, sorry, at 160 plus, between 160 and 170. And we can see that if he does reach that, he's going to be one of the best right backs / centre midfielders in the world. So fully worth getting him just because he's really versatile. But the cost of this man is as follows: £13 million again, roughly, with a few added extras. And I can tell you that it's completely worth it because, I mean, let's take a look at how good he is. And fast forward 8 years and this this is how good Menino looks like at his roughly potential ability, his maximum potential. We can see here that this guy is so well rounded. Like I mentioned, a lot of his attributes are roughly the same, but where he needs them, they have increased. Let's start off at the technicals. Tackling 15, marking 14, heading 11. Defensive attributes is a tick from me. Going forward though, this is where it gets important. He has that 15 passing, he has a good first touch, he has a good dribbling and crossing ability, and he can even hit a long shot, which fair enough, you might score some goals from that. Complemented with a good technique. If we move over to the mental attributes, good anticipation, great decision maker again, he has a fixed determination as well. Positioning, defensively a 16, we like that. Vision, 16 again. Crowded around the vision of course is teamwork and work rate, 13 and 14 respectively. That's exactly what you want from a good team player. And on the physicals, I mean, they're not the best, they're not as good as Cacace, but they are certainly not the worst. £64 million this man is now worth later on in his career. We can find him at Arsenal. Now unfortunately Arsenal weren't as successful as other clubs, but if you did put him at a successful team, he might have done even better. When he was at Benfica, winning the Liga NOS, he had some really good seasons again. 14 assists there in 34 appearances was his highest total, 25 throughout the whole season. But I have saved the best player till last. Yes. Let's take a look at Thierry Small. Now Thierry Small is a player that you can find through the winter update, so you have to have the last update that the game has brought out with all of the new transfers, with all of the new changes that they made, because Thierry Small has been bumped up to a potential range of 170, meaning that if he does reach his full potential of 170, he's going to be one of the best left backs in the game. He can also play centre back, and to be honest, it wouldn't be the worst decision depending on what certain attributes fall. Now he does have a lot of random attributes, including a lot that you see here. I mean, one free kick taken, don't ever let him take a free kick if it's that. But on the ground floor here, we can see what might be a very good attacking wing back. Given the fact that he is only 15 years of age, given the fact that you play him, you give him a lot of game time so he can reach his full potential, because he has good ambition and professionalism to reach that, he is going to be fantastic for you. And not to mention, he is so cheap. 500k is what it will cost you to take him away from Everton's under 18s with a little bit of extra. But honestly, I mean, if you have 500k spare, just buy him, because you'll make a profit on him, to say the least. Use him, buy him, grow him, come back and thank me after. And in the simulation that we did with Thierry Small 9 years into the future, he is dominating. Thierry Small here, 22 assists, 7.64 average rating, the two highest in Real Madrid's team. And if we take a look at him, he is absolutely fantastic, an elite fullback. First off, let's just go straight for it. The physicals, 19 acceleration, 17 pace. He is fast, viewers, with good agility and balance, great stamina as well. So again, you can bomb up and down the pitch and he won't get tired so fast. Mental attributes, good concentration, good decision maker. He has flair to go with good dribbling technique as well. Positioning of 17, so defensively he knows where to position himself. And then on to the technicals. If you are an elite club in your league, if you are the club that is winning the league and you're all attacking every single team you're playing against, this is probably the guy that you want to go for, because he is amazing going forward. Dribbling of 16, finishing of first touch, he even has 10 finishing, which for a fullback is really good. Crossing of 12, and if we go a little bit further down here, passing of 13, tackling of 14, and again, that's 16 technique. Now, if you're not fully sold on that number yet, let me show you onto this, because this guy here is just doing insane stuff for the clubs that we have taken him at. When we moved into PSG after a few seasons at Everton, this is where he came into his own, and when we put him at his maximum of 170, he just decided to destroy the game and get 27 assists in 38 games. And in 50% of the games he played with 22 players on the pitch, he won man of the match 19 times, which means 19 times out of 38, he got the little trophy and a champagne at the end of the game to say you were the best player out of the 22 on the pitch in that game. You were the best player. What more is there to say about him? And he even continued that when we moved into Spain as well. A lot of assists, a lot of man of the matches, some really high average ratings. Thierry Small is probably my favourite fullback from the winter update. There are a couple really good ones, but this man, I mean, he's called Thierry Small as well. He's English. He's called Thierry Small. He even finished third in the Ballon d'Or, which for a fullback is baffling. And for the last 5 seasons of his career, he was in the Team of the Year for the best left back, which, if you take in consideration the left backs were before him, Jose Gaya, Alaba, these types of players, then the fact that he's managed to do that is incredible. And that's my list of 3 fullbacks / wingbacks that you should be trying to sign in your games. The Wonderkids, to say the least, because if they turn anything out like they have in my simulations as they do in your saves, then you just pretty much need to sign them just on the basis of how much money you'd make and how many goals and assists that they seem to be a part of. So thank you very much for watching. Remember to smash that like button if you enjoyed this video. Please let me know down in the comments who your favourite wingback or fullback is on the game. Of course, subscribe to the FMSCOUT YouTube channel if you haven't done so already, or come across to my channel as well and subscribe there. Also, I do plenty of simulations just like this that you might find a little bit more interesting than this kind of brief overview. If you want me to go more into depth, that's kind of what I do on my channel. Not to mention we have loads of other stuff there. We did one about Erling Haaland's cousin. Apparently he's quite good as well. So come over and take a look. And I'll see you very soon here on the FMSCOUT YouTube channel once again. I promise you that. Bye bye.